brings you out here?
So I'm part of Lynnwood City Council. We were only made aware of this at the end of December. We don't feel this is a good location for a methadone clinic. You can see the traffic. Imagine putting 300 more cars through here in the middle of the morning. There's a major traffic corridor. People trying to get to the transit center down here. People coming in from 405 and Bothell coming this direction. Plus, it's right next to the Boys and Girls Club. Acadia is planning to import 300 people from Bothell who need this methadone for their drug issues, opioid treatment, from Bothell to our city. We don't need to import those people. However, we want to work with Acadia to find a better location. It's not that we want to block a methadone clinic in Lynnwood. We don't want a methadone clinic at this location, next to a Little League field, next to Boys and Girls Club, in the neighborhood, and on this road where it just doesn't have the infrastructure.
I'm avidly opposed to this clinic opening up, supposedly January 23rd. This opioid treatment center, which is otherwise known as a methadone clinic.
Well, kind of a number of things, but I think the most critical is that look, I've got friends and family in the area. You know, I'm a long-term resident of Lynnwood, at least I was up until a few years ago. And so the way I see it is like, look, between all that and also, for that matter, all the years I've had with Alderwood Little League, I just know what this is going to entail if this thing goes through. Like, it's just not going to be good news for anyone.
Well, we've been residents of this community for 20 years. It's a very peaceful, very, very safe community. We've really enjoyed it for so many years, and now we have a for-profit company coming to this location. There's no transparency by the state, by the city, by the company. We're kept in the dark. It's arranging. We're protesting this location, and even though the city is open to the opioid treatment facility, it's the location that's the problem. The location doesn't make any sense. There is Boys and Girls Club, there is a school nearby. This intersection is a very busy intersection. The facility expects a lot of people on an everyday basis. So it's the location that we're protesting. It's basically good intentions without an ounce of common sense. So yeah, we're here.
Concerned for the neighborhood.
We're opposed to a treatment center being so close to the Boys and Girls Club and the Alderwood baseball field. We raised 2 daughters here. We've lived over here since '84, and I'm concerned about the children, even though my kids are grown. In the past we knew children that attended that. It's just too close. A lot of times they don't have anywhere to go, and the treatment people just hang around.
There are no buses up in this area either. The closest one is probably about 3/4 of a mile down 28th, and the other bus that would route is across I-5. So transportation becomes an issue for people that don't have their own vehicles, and we just feel that with the increase of the methadone clients, that it could spell more trouble than it's worth for the area.
And it's already heavy traffic. It's hard to get out here, especially up there to make a left. So more traffic is just not a good idea, and there's not a lot of parking. But the people who come, if they need a bus, they'll have to go that way, 3/4 of a mile walk through a neighborhood. And like we said, we're not against treatment. I mean, I think that's part of the main reason for homelessness.
But where's the concentration of the people who actually need the treatment? Are they concentrated right here? I doubt that. They're probably more towards the industrial areas anyways. So we feel like put the clinic where the people are, so those that don't have transportation have the availability to get there and get their treatment.
Then second question was, when were you made aware of this?
I found out about it I guess that was Wednesday of last week when it became something that was on the news.
I was never informed about the new tenant, and construction started. I found out in late November from the construction crew. The owner of the building, whose practice is up here, never told me about or asked my opinion about it. And I've seen nothing to say that this is a location that makes sense or is necessary. This location doesn't have the parking or the ingress-egress to handle 300 people a day coming through here. It's the wrong location. And on top of all of that, I have a practice, a pediatric practice, and I don't think it's fair, or is it sane, or is it safe to put children right in direct contact with methadone treatment patients. That's unfortunate. People need treatment, need help. I don't oppose that, but I think it's the location. It's absolutely foolish to do this location here, and they tried to sneak it through, keep it under the radar as long as they could. That was been the whole process. The city council was fooled, not fooled, they were kept in the dark. Processes and permits carried on, and the DOH did a very last minute dash to get public opinion and public comment after Christmas, for goodness sake, the week after Christmas, and they just haven't done it right. No community involvement or opinion or input, for obvious reasons, I think, because of now we're seeing the opposition.
After Christmas.
Maybe 2 weeks ago, we saw it on the local news, and it's like, where did this come from? So we started emailing the county council and the city council, and I'm really happy to hear that I heard back from several of them, and they listened to our concerns. But this has been going on a long time. I'm really disappointed that we didn't hear about it sooner.
Yes, I was made aware of this few days before December 29th. That's when the public hearing was held. December 29th. We've been notified maybe a few days prior to that.
Then third question was, do you recall offhand for the building owner when he ever expressed any public interest in dealing with the opioid crisis?
I've never heard anything from the property owner. We've never met with him. He's never discussed with us. He's never shared. There's no communication with him. He hasn't engaged at all.
Nothing, to my knowledge, nothing. There wasn't any need-based study at all.
Don't know anything about that. They're trying to, there were people trying to, ask questions, and he just runs around. He doesn't answer any questions. So we don't know anything about, we're really kept in the dark about the whole situation.
I don't recall that I ever heard any of that, honestly. I haven't heard anything about whether or not he expressed any interest in it. In fact, I feel like I've heard the opposite, although I've heard less of that than I have of some of the other things that have been at play.
I heard that permits started like a long time ago, last March or something, and I just feel like people need to be made aware. That's what I understand. Like I said, it's in 2 weeks we've been having to do all this research.
Well, what was the main thing that we recognized that they had they undermined sort of the system to achieve what they wanted, which was, they go through the procedure of making this a medical facility, but they didn't involve the word clinic, methadone. So I think that kind of hiding the actual purpose of what they're doing is unreasonable. I really do, and that's why I think they need to be cut off from it. If they can't be up and aboard, then
It's the proximity to the Alderwood Boys and
once
Girls
again,
Club.
it
That's
goes
our
back
main
to the
issue.
kids. Goes back to the kids. And from everything that you can research, the increase of crime, and especially with the drugs, unfortunate, there are probably the majority of the people that are getting care are up, they're really trying hard to get a normal life. But then there are others that take advantage of a situation. They get methadone when they need it, and then they revert back to drugs. So then you have drug dealers. Sorry, but anyways, that's the way I feel about it.